We are recording. Awesome. Veronica, welcome. If you don't want us to see you, you can turn your video off. Otherwise, I'd love to see your awesome face. My name is Robin Blade. And if you could just, I'm going to mute both of you guys. Oops, I didn't mean to mute myself. Oh, I didn't. You can totally have your camera on. That's totally an invitation. But just so you know, this is a live webinar, so you will come in with a camera. But I'll just mute you in the meantime. So my name is Robin Blade. I am a trainer for the Can group, and well, I'm a trainer for LuLaRoe, and I am part of the Can group. If you're on here from the You Can Row With Us page, I'm not super active on it because I have about 10 girls in queue right now that need a lot of attention, and I've been making sure to give them the attention that they need, and with my girls that are already onboarded as well. So I try really hard to be active, but I'm not quite as quick as the rest of them. So a little bit about me. These girls already know me, but my name is Robin, and I have been in LuLaRoe since the end of last June, and I live in Texas, and I'm from Southern California. And I started out in Texas without really knowing anyone, and it's just kind of grown and boomed from. I knew a few people, and I guess I knew the right people because I was in a small town, and I had to really start marketing myself and getting out there and giving business cards out and kind of making sure that people knew what LuLaRoe was. No one knew what it was. I was educating the entire town on what it was, and I invited the bank presidents, and I invited the salon owners, and I invited my grocery person at H-E-B, and because Texas doesn't have anything but Walmart and H-E-B, just so you know. So H-E-B is like the whole grocery store. So if I say that, that's what it is. Anyway, and so I invited everyone I could think of, anyone and everyone I could think of, and I built this business off of that. And so if you're in an area where you know people, then that's fantastic because there's a lot of stuff. And then if you're in an area where people know LuLaRoe, you are at a huge advantage because you don't even have to start with well, it's clothing and you can come to my house and it really is. Yeah, really, believe me, it really, really is. Because a lot of times people don't believe you, and they're like, "What are you talking about? There's no catalog. That's so weird." But it's nice to know that that people have already done that groundwork for you. And in a town where I was, there's about 2,000 people. There is room for 100 consultants, if there could be. And I say that because the prints are always different. Everyone's inventory is completely different, and I'm in it, and so. Trust what I'm saying. If you really cannot understand how it can be possible for two consultants to live next door to each other and still be successful, you need to test it. And you need to do it because I'm telling you from experience that I now moved to San Antonio, and I moved down here 6 months ago, and I had to kind of restart because we were kind of up in the small town up in the hill country of Texas, and then we moved down to San Antonio, and I didn't know anyone, and I had to restart again. And I was able to build that up by doing the same consistent things that I was doing back in Marble Falls. And in San Antonio, there's lots and lots and lots of consultants. So, now they're starting to kind of pop up everywhere, which is so fun. And I think the tax season really helps with that. But not that anyway, so I think that's fantastic. And I am so grateful for it because there's so many people that are, come to me naturally and say, you know what, I just shopped from Erin down the street, but she didn't have this print I like. Do you have it that I like? And I can say yes or no, or I can say, you know what, I saw my other consultant friend, she had it, and I'll get you in touch with her. And it teaches the customers that you're willing to share, and that there really is a Lula sisterhood, and that this is a group that people want to be a part of. Deanne says all the time that women want to be a part of something, and that's why we're drawn to this business for several reasons, for our goals that we have with the business, for what we see, the potential in it, and also the excitement of being a part of a group of something that is a growing movement. I mean, we're in this to change the fashion industry and to change the in-home, sales industry as far as, any of these in-home sales are concerned. And it's very exciting. And it's part of the excitement is not knowing what's in the boxes. And that goes into what we're going to kind of talk about is it's really, really hard to transfer from being a customer to being a consultant. And P.S., this is my friend Kim. She's in the queue. She's my little, she literally is little. She's little. No. My father-in-law is calling me. I haven't had a phone call from my father-in-law like ever. Okay, that's kind of weird me out. We're just gonna like leave that and hope that everything's okay. So anyway, I wanted to direct this to my Qers because, well, to anyone in Q, because it can be really hard to first get past the fact that there really is no competition. And if you really don't believe it, you need to do some more studying, and you need to be talking to more consultants, and you need to be talking to the local consultants around you. And you will find the amount of support that you are given before you're even a consultant, the fact that you're even thinking about it, or that you have your plan, or you're in Q, the ones that are going to support you and the ones that are kind are going to help you no matter what. Because you know what? The more money LuLaRoe makes, the more money all of us makes. And if we were all driven by just money, that is still everyone's going to still be naturally wanting to help each other to help LuLaRoe make more money. There are several people in this business who are driven by relationships, and their type of personality, they love the relationship part of it. So they're not going to be driven by money. So they're going to be excited to have a new relationship with someone and to build that and to build the business, whether you're on their team or not. They're going to be excited to build the sisterhood around their local reach. So I have a training coming up in San Antonio, and there's maybe 3 girls who are officially on my team that are coming, and the other 27 that are coming are all on different teams, and I am so happy. And the girl that's coming to help me, because I'm a trainer, then there's Coach, and Chelsea Lawson up in Austin, she's coming down to help me just because we're all part of the Lula sisterhood. Is she going to make any money? No, she's going to lose money by driving her whole family down an hour and a half to come sit at my house for 4 hours and teach a group of women that none are on their team. At no point is she being compensated for helping them. However, Deanna has created this environment where people are like her. People come and learn from her to be giving and to be giving in a way where you can, what is the thing? It's watch one, do one, and teach one. So you're going to watch someone do something. You're going to do it. You're going to watch someone do a boutique. You're going to do a boutique. And then you're going to teach someone else. So that's the whole culture of it. Being giving, watch someone else do it yourself, test it out, and then teach someone else. Because this business is endless as far as blessings that it can give women in this world. And I just want to testify to that it has blessed my life tremendously. I mean, we joined in June, and in 9 months now, I have made trainer, and I'm at the leadership trainings, and I didn't know anyone when I started. I mean, I knew some people at church, but your close circle sometimes are not your best supporters. And that's because it's a weird idea. It's weird to them. And my family is the example of thinking that I'm crazy. And that's okay, because you know what? It's their connections. It's their family and friends. So you start with a launch party with your family and friends. Everyone you know can invite. Then you go off of there, and you go off of there, and you end up way far into these connections that you end up having this customer base of people that you had no idea who they were previously to LuLaRoe, but they become attached to you because there's a relationship there, and they love that. They love that relationship, and they will stay loyal to you. Yes, they might ask another consultant if they have another print, but they will always check in with you first, and they will be loyal to you, and they will say, hey, this is the consultant that I always go to. She is always kind. She always has the best customer service. She always gives me just the kindest remarks, or always supports me, and is very friendly, and that's where the support comes from. And so it's why I wanted to kind of address this is I found in some of my girls that are in Q that it's been hard for them to understand that, one, you can have several consultants in one area. And again, I take the test. Go find the consultants that are local to you. Go get to know them, and you will find the kindness and the support that is around you. And if you don't, because I'm not going to lie, there are bad seeds. There are some bad seeds out there. I'm not going to say everyone is fantastic. However, if they're going to the webinars, if they're plugging into everything that LuLaRoe gives, they're getting to the leaderships, they're getting to convention, they should be mini Deannes. They should be able to give what she gives. and to teach what she teaches. And so she cultivates that. They have created this leadership plan so that you can be a mini Deanne out there, so that you can be giving and loving and supportive no matter what. And it's fantastic. It's one of the best, most amazing business plans I've ever seen. I thought joining this business for a long time, and I've known it since it started, and I've known the family, and I've always been an esthetician, and I was like, no, I mean, I got my own thing. This is weird. I'm not going to sell skirts. But now I just kick myself because I'm like, why did I not in the beginning? Because I started almost 3 years later. However, I've made up for lost time, I feel. So it's possible to go big places with this company. But what I want you guys to ask yourselves, why are you in this? So why am I in this? Well, I started with, I want to get a big savings and pay off some debt that we had accrued up. Okay, that's going to happen naturally. That will be an outcome that will naturally happen with the income that I make. So what about when I reach that goal? Why do I continue to stay in? Well, now, why do I continue? Well, now it's because I would love to have my husband home more. Okay, that's a fantastic why. But I'm comfortable with saying that out loud. Your why, your deepest why, is going to be something that when you start feeling uncomfortable and vulnerable with what you're saying, that's when you know you've hit it. And when we were at a training once, Kenny said, well, why do you want him home? Why do you want your husband home? And I said, well, it would be really nice because then I wouldn't have to find babysitters. and I love my husband. I would like to have him home. It's really, my kids love him. And he said, well, why is that important to you? Why is that relationship important to you? And I all started crying because all of a sudden I was like, whoa, back to childhood. Like, oh my gosh, okay, my dad was never home. My stepdad left us. I have all these like daddy issues. So I'm like, this would be fantastic if my kids didn't have to deal with this and if they just had their dad home all the time. Okay, there is a core why. Something that will drive me through the bad times. Something that will help me give myself support when there's a bad customer or a bad consultant. Or when I go to a party and I work all super hard and I sell one thing or nothing. Or someone gives me a really hard time for being in a company that is amazing, but they just have no idea about it. Those core beliefs, those things that are what those beliefs or whys are what will support you. So I challenge you guys to test out first off, the consultant area and find out your why. Keep asking yourself why, or have someone ask you. Say, well, why? So I did it. I had to. Kenny had to split off. And he said, okay, keep asking each other why, like till it's annoying. So I'd say, okay, well, my dad was never home. Well, why does that bother you that your dad was never home? Well, he never came to anything. He never came to any of my games. It was really sad, and I was like crying. And I was like, stop asking me why. I don't want to explain it anymore. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why. Why do I do this? Okay. I did the same thing with my husband, and he got down to where he grew up with a family that taught him to be extremely, self-worth was so important to them, and they have really, really high self-confidence, like a little ridiculous, but I love him for it. And I'm so grateful that he has that, because that's not something naturally that comes to me. And as I was asking him why, well, why is that important? Why is it important for you to have self-confidence? Why is it important? And he starts crying, and he's like, well, women who are self-confident are okay with feeling like being in modest clothes. They, pick the right men to date. They, so many other things can fall into place. When women are feeling vulnerable and scared and they feel like their self-worth is lower than what it really is, we make bad decisions because we find something to fill that self-worth. And his why for helping me and for continuing this journey with me is he's seen the benefits that's happening with women with just a dress. He's seen women come to our house to try a dress on who don't feel like they're worth much. And they put on Amelia, no matter the print, and they cry. And they cry really, really hard because they haven't felt that in a long, long time. And that's been the biggest blessing for me. So my why has changed, and it changes. And that's okay. In the beginning, I was in this for, I needed the money, and that's a great support. But as I've gone along and done the parties and gotten to know people, my why has shifted to, wow, I really am changing lives. And that's crazy. Over a piece of clothing, I'm changing lives, but you really don't know until you test it. Until you go to a party, and I had a little girl who was like 15. She was a little bit overweight. I thought she looked fine, but in her mind, she did not feel beautiful. And she put on, I remember she put on leggings and an Irma. And I was like, is that not the comfiest thing ever? And she starts bawling, crying so hard. And she didn't even know what she was crying about. She was just like, I just feel so pretty, and I'm so comfortable, and I'm so happy that these clothes fit me. She didn't feel like she had to fit herself into the clothes. You guys, this is life-changing stuff. And it is not about prints. In neither of these, any of my situations where people have felt immense amounts of excitement and self-worth and life-changing feelings, at no point was it about the print that was on the clothes. The women that you are going to bless are getting blessed by the styles that they're putting on, by seeing our size chart and how amazing it is tailored to women, by knowing that this is driven by women, that we're stay-at-home moms, or we're working moms, or we're not moms, and we're women that are just trying to make a better future for ourselves. And who cannot support that? They're so happy to help support us. And that's the difference between being a customer and a consultant. Being a customer is all an experience of trying the styles on and trying the prints on, and it's fantastic. And don't get me wrong, there are some amazing prints. This one I bought from a consultant because I wanted this print so bad. Let's not lie, I love this rose print, okay? I have stuff, if you guys are on, if you could just mute your phones or your webcams or your computers, that'd be awesome, so we don't get any feedback. But and don't get me wrong, prints are amazing, okay? That's like the lifeblood, okay? It's so fun to see the new prints. However, do not lose out on the experience of what the LuLaRoe culture, as far as being kind and giving, and the experience of blessing people with an outfit that will change their perspective of themselves. Don't lose out on that experience by being obsessed over what prints you might have. The excitement of the box is what it's called. That's the biggest thing about being a consultant. You don't know what's in it. It's so exciting. No matter what it is, it's so exciting. Even if you say, oh my gosh, I got 3 of the same print. Oh, that's fantastic. They will always sell. I have stuff that's sitting on my rack since June, and it just sold last week. And the girl that bought it was so excited. And I thought, oh, I'm so glad. So glad that I didn't like put that away or send it back or anything, because to her that was her unicorn. And I was like, I've had this since June. Why on earth would this be so amazing? But it was so amazing to her. And that is where you stop becoming. If you guys could mute your phones, that'd be awesome. We'll unmute them at the end of the call and we could ask questions. But if you could please mute your phones, that would be amazing. I might be able to mute you. Anyhow, hold on, I'm getting some feedback, so I'm gonna mute. Okay, there we go. So being a consumer is exciting. Being part of the party is exciting. But when you become a consultant, you need to start becoming a retailer and understanding that the prints are made for the entire world. And you will get prints in your boxes that are not amazing to you. And that's okay. Don't ever say, well, this print's okay, because you don't know if that customer that's looking at it is thinking, oh, I hope she doesn't take that print because that turtleneck is amazing and I want it for me right now. You know, you have no idea. You really don't. Man, there was this print that was like, I don't even remember. I think it was like a picnic scene on a maxi skirt. And I was like, who on earth would want that? And that thing sold within a week. And the girl that was holding it, if I had said, oh, isn't that kind of a weird print? How bad would I have made her feel if she was thinking, this is so adorable. Oh my gosh, this is totally my style. Patrick and his team, they create for the world. They don't create for us individually. They create for the fashion world, and they are experts in their field. And I invite you to research him. Look him up online. Research what LuLaRoe has about him. That man is more than qualified for his position. And it's amazing the stuff that he makes. The stuff that I never thought would be unicorns are unicorns. Okay, ladies, flying pigs, come now. Come now. Flying pigs on leggings. You guys want flying pigs on your butt? That's fine with me. But I'm going to be wearing them. So, but again, they became unicorns and people love them. So I'm not going to make anyone feel bad because that's great. That might be a print that makes her feel so beautiful that day. You guys can't tell me if you put something on and you feel freaking sassy and beautiful, that's not going to affect your entire day. How you treat people, how you treat yourself, how you treat your family. That is how clothing becomes a life changer. That is how it becomes a day maker. And that is how you, my friends, become day makers and life changers for people around you. It is way more than prints, way more than clothes. So I invite you guys to be excited about each box that comes in. You be excited about the inventory that comes in. And please, please do not allow yourself to get sucked into being obsessed with prints, because that is not what it's about. You are missing out on so much more that this company offers. The prints are so fun. Okay, they're amazing. But that's not what it's all about. The excitement of the box is what it's all about. The excitement of never knowing what's coming and knowing that what's inside there will always sell, and knowing that some of these things will literally change someone's life. Literally. And I just feel like that is something that's so important. Connecting with people, being aware of how beautiful you are, being aware of how beautiful people around you are, and being able to share that opportunity with others. The culture of LuLaRoe needs to be protected. We need to uphold the culture of kindness, of giving, of strengthening families, of creating new experiences, and being life changers for people. How do we protect that? We protect it by having a high integrity of ourselves and by upholding those attributes in ourselves, by expecting that type of lifestyle of ourselves, by being kind, being giving, being willing to not complain, and now we could be frustrated, of course, but being willing to find a solution in our problems. And I just wanted to tell you that you will be tremendously blessed, and this business will change your life, and it will change your customers' lives. You will have best friends that you never even knew were out there, and you will have friends people you meet at boutiques that your spirit feels is like must have known each other before this life, because you just click and you somehow help them, and you have no idea what they're dealing with that day. And that amazing boutique helped bring their spirits up and made them go home and hug their kids at night and feel more grateful for their families. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that so amazing that we have a vehicle, we have something in our lives that we can use to put good in the world, that everyone loves? How incredibly amazing is that? You guys, it's a long wait. I know, Q is a long wait. Just keep on trucking. Keep your integrity high. What is integrity? When that door is closed, who are you behind closed doors? When the lights are off, when no one is listening, when you're on mute or wherever, what are you saying about people? What are you thinking about yourself? What are you thinking about life? Is your integrity high? Are you keeping things positive? Are you being a kind person behind closed doors? There is a big difference between being a customer and being a retailer. Being a customer is all about being selfish. It's about your own desires. And that's okay. I got my own selfish prints that I want too. I love them. Okay? But being a retailer is being selfless. It's serving others. Because everything sells. You don't got to stress it. It's amazing. And if I have one thing sitting on my rack that hasn't sold for 6 months, guess what? 20 million other things are flying around it, selling in and out. So I'm not going to stress about that one thing or 10 things that are sitting there, because everything else is selling around it. And one day someone's going to love it and it'll be amazing. So I invite you guys, pick yourselves up, turn your focus. That's my friend Bryce right there. I see him on the video. I can't hear you, so if you say something, I can't hear you. Bryce, I'm super in the moment. You're ruining it. So pick yourself up. Try to turn your focus on everyone else. Become a selfless leader. Become a day maker for people in the world, for the people around you. It happens online. It happens in person. I'm telling you guys, this wait is so worth it, and it's amazing, and you guys are becoming a part of such an amazing movement in the world. And I invite you to test it out. I invite you to continue to be patient and to really focus on connecting with the people around you, because every person you meet is going to be one of the C's. They're going to be a connection, they're going to be a customer, or they're going to be a consultant. Okay, either way, one of those people help benefit you. Serve others because it helps you. I mean, that's kind of selfish thinking a little bit, but service always helps you. Whether it brings money back, that's not what I mean. What I mean is serving others will help your spirits and help your heart. And maybe one day it'll bring money back, and that's fantastic. But you know what? Important thing is that you focus on being a retailer and not being a consumer, and being excited about every single box. You guys, I just got 3 brand new boxes, and I am like so excited about it. I'm like stress paralyzed. They've been sitting in my family room for a day. I opened them up and got everything out, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many awesome things in here that I want for myself. I need to walk away, and I need to like not take it all. Because guess what? The style is in to wear huge things, so I can get any size and wear it, except for the, you know, small through extra, extra small. Can't wear that. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. That's my blurb. Please, again, if you don't believe that many consultants can survive in one area, I invite you to test it, to get to know the consultants around you. I invite you to figure out your why. Why are you in this company? Why are you waiting for that amazing call to come? Why are you getting up and staring at your queue? Is it for a fad? Are you getting in because it's the thing to do? Are you getting in for a deeper, more meaningful thing? Because I guarantee each one of you have something deep inside that you've either reached and felt already, or you haven't reached there yet, or you wouldn't be here. Then I invite you to focus on others. And be excited about the excitement of the box. And please, please, please get out of any page that you might be in that is any sort of print hunter. If you are hunting prints, you will never be able to enjoy the culture, you will never be able to have those experiences that I've had at parties, because you will be spread so thin searching for prints for others and satisfying the quick addiction that people have, rather in the LuLaRoe. And I'm not kidding, there are literal addicts in this, and you might be one of them, and that's okay. But guess what? You're going to change, because this company will change you. If you stay plugged in and you do these things, you will become an amazing person, and you already are an amazing person, but it'll be added on tremendously. But I invite you to please get off of those, because that is not what it's about. I never thought that I would get a text from a friend of mine that told me that she was thinking about ending her life, and that some reason LuLaRoe has made her feel beautiful inside again. And I haven't known this lady for very long. I was able to be an instrument to help her feel better, and I'm so grateful for that opportunity. And I invite you guys to please tap in to the beauty that this can give. And that is what I wanted to share. And if any of you guys have questions, I will open it up for about 10 minutes. I don't think there'd be any questions off of that, but who knows, you guys might have questions. Just unmute yourself and you can ask. Even Kim here can ask if she wants. So, I mean, we have fun too. It's not all cries. People are like super happy and super, you know, not everyone cries about stuff. I'm just telling you like the most life-changing experiences that's happened to me in this business. And usually it's when someone cries, because I'm like running around the party going crazy, and I see someone cry and I'm like, oh my gosh, do I need to fix anything? Oh no, you're actually really happy. Okay, good. Anyway, any questions about how to overcome anything or anything? You could even ask me what my favorite candy is. I'll tell you right now, Reasons. Reasons are my favorite candy. Reasons. Chocolate, caramel, tastes kind of like coffee, a little bit. Yeah, I haven't had coffee in a long time. I won't be, but kind of tastes like a caramel macchiato or something. Veronica, you have a question?
I actually have a question.
Awesome.
How would you? I'm sorry, too little's a little loud here.
I can hear you.
How would you start dialogue with talking to consultants that are in your area?
You know what? It's
like,
so easy.
I don't even know what to say to them.
You know what? I did this when I moved to San Antonio. I actually just emailed all of them. And I wish that I had just called them, because honestly, now that I'm quite a little bit bigger, emailing, I'm like, oh, I'll get back to that. Okay. And then 3 days later, I'm like, oh my gosh, I never replied. Okay, I'll get to that tonight. Oh my gosh, I never replied. It's 2 weeks now. And in my mind, I was like, ew, what a brat. She never replied to me. Gross. But so I would invite you to call them and just say, hey, I'm in Q and I'm really local to you. I would love to just like get to know you. Do we ever have any local trainings, or can I come to a pop-up? You know, what can I do? Can I come help you? Or I know I would like, and if they understand the culture of being giving, and you know, then they'll say, yeah, sure. I would be like, come help me. Sure. You want to come help unload my car for me? That's fantastic. I'm totally down for that. But, you know, you just say, hey, I'm starting. I'm this much in queue. I know I'm not on your team, but you know, the LuLaRoe culture, we all help each other. I'm super excited. Can I come to your pop-up? Can I come see what it's like? Can I come see what your shop is like? And, you know, I know you're super busy, but I would just be really casual and just say, I'm in queue. I'm super excited. I really want to get to know the people locally. Do you guys ever get together and swap prints? Because yes, I've swapped bad prints out. I've been like, okay, this is probably not my favorite. It's been here for 6 months, so let's have a big swap. And all the locals consultants come together and we swap prints and we try to see if the other, and then we'll be like, oh my gosh, your print that you thought was super crazy actually sold. So exciting. And so it's fun to have that local, you know, sisterhood, even if you're not on the same team. There's no one, like I said, there's only like 2 or 3 people now that she's going to start that are local to me. Everyone else, there's about 15 of us. We're all on different teams, but we still get together. And that only started because someone started saying, hey, let's get together. Let's get to know each other. And now I'm trying to get home office to come to San Antonio, which would be great, but so we don't have to drive to Houston. But yeah, I would just keep it really casual, and I would actually call them or text them because their number is going to be on there. And or Facebook message is kind of hard too. Like honestly, while we're talking right now, let's see. Oh, I don't have very many. I do have a missed call and a couple text messages. So some people, like they get a lot, and so then they forget. They're like, oh, she's not immediate attention. I'll get to her in a second. But if you call, then I think that might be better. I hope that helped. That was a long.
Thank you.
That was a long answer.
It does. Thanks.
Quick question. I talk a lot. Does anyone else have any questions or anything? I hear someone. Awesome. Well, I invite you guys to message me if you need anything. Tag me. I'm on the page. I'm trying really, really hard to be more active on that You Can Row page. Alexandra is our coach. She's fantastic. It's called You Can Row because her group is called Can Dolls, and it's very fun. But so that I love that group. I think it's been very positive and exciting. Whenever I go and read it, I'm always proud of you guys and how you ask your questions and how people come to find a solution. I think it's been a very, very good. The queue is so brand new still, but I'm really proud of you guys and how great you've been, how patient you've been, and that shows that you're the people that are going to help uphold this culture. And you know, not everyone can, and that's okay. This business is not for everyone. Deanna and Mark invite people, trust us. And if you can't find that trust, maybe it's not for you. And I love being like, wait, I can trust you. I'm part of it. Wait, don't. Oh, I do. Because it's you don't want to miss out, man. It's just amazing. I'll give it about 30 more seconds. So if you have another question, otherwise we'll end this call on a bang. I'm a little silly. I also have cookies in the kitchen waiting for me. Chat. I see something in the chat. Oh, Veronica. I made you cry. I'm sorry, Veronica. Okay. Is that 30 seconds? I feel really weird that you guys can see my face just sitting here. And I'm sorry there's a glare on my glasses. You can see yourself in my glasses. We're all about being silly. We're all moms. We're all, or just women. I know she's not. Okay. Sorry. We're all women just trying to make a better life for ourselves and trying to do the best thing we can. And you guys rock. The fact that you're on here and you did it last minute, you rock. So sorry I should have posted this way earlier, but you guys keep on keeping on. I invite you again to reach out to your sponsor. They should be the person that you feel most comfortable with and someone who you, hi Kramer girls, hi. Someone that you really can learn from. Someone that you believe you can reach success with their help. That's a sponsor. And I invite you to reach out to them with any concerns or any questions, and then reach out on the page if you need extra help. And then of course, if you need anything else, you can tag one of us. You can see who the admins are on the page. It's me and a couple other girls, and then Alexandra is our top coach. So that's it, guys. I invite you to just be awesome. You're already awesome. You're as awesome as you need to be. Ding. Okay, that's it. Bye.